Good evening, folks. This is Deb and David. This is your short take. And the long and the short of this short take is we need a plan. We need to get off our butts. We need to get this thing going because the GOP and the right wing, they've got a plan and they've had a plan. Here's Dave.
So the first part of the plan is run the guy who won it for you in the beginning, which is Donald Trump, and just see where this goes. And right now, he is just taken away in the polls. He's got like 55%. I think the next guy may be DeSantis. Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy have like 5.5, 5.6% apiece. So right now, Donald Trump is a presumptive nominee. And Donald Trump does have his plan, which we will talk about, which is Agenda 47, which means he will be the 40. What will happen if he is the 47th president? However, his plan is based on someone out of history, okay? And I'm not gonna name his name yet. We're gonna talk about him in the long show. This did not just come out of thin air. Donald Trump is not original. What Donald Trump is doing is eroding our faith in the government so that he can rip away government protections and then do what he wants along with his government buddies, his corporate buddies, all of that. All right? That's his plan.
His political appointees, because also part of his plan is to get rid of civil servants and replace them with political appointees.
Right.
And that is exactly what fascists do.
Now, part of our plan is to make sure he doesn't get elected. He doesn't get in. However, the conservatives and the Republicans have a backup plan, as they always do. One thing I can say about the Republicans and the GOP and conservatives is that they are tenacious and they always plan ahead.
The conniving is what they are.
The next week's show, I will be talking about the Heritage Foundation and their plan for a Project 2025, which is a general plan for the conservative movement and how to create a resurgence of the conservative movement beyond Donald Trump. It does include Donald Trump, but it doesn't mean that it depends on Donald Trump.
No, the Heritage Foundation will have this plan no matter who the conservative nominee is.
Right.
They've been doing this for a very long time. This started with the Reagan administration.
Correct. Now, I know Deb did a show in July. We're going to do it again because you need to hear it again. And you also have to hear it in conjunction with this show. All of this is tied together. The individual from history had his own movement and also had ties to, guess what? The Tea Party, the Heritage Foundation. All of this is connected. You like your conspiracy theories? Here's one.
You don't need a conspiracy theory.
It's not actually. It's based in fact.
There are real conspiracies. This is one you should sink your teeth into instead of chasing fucking ghosts around social media all day.
And finally, before I let you guys go, Bob Menendez, who the Republicans should be skewering right now, all right, because he is a Democrat who is corrupt. He got caught. Eventually, he's going to resign, I would imagine, or be out of office. Guess what the Republicans are doing right now? They're defending him. They're saying he's a victim of the deep state. Okay. Stop.
Okay, because let me just tell you something. There is a plan that exists without Donald Trump that says the GOP goes after the deep state.
Yes.
That is a reality. And it is not questioning whether they can do it without Donald Trump. The only question in that entire piece that I read was, can they get enough people together to make it happen?
Right.
And you know what? I believe if the people on the left are complacent, it can happen. I think you people need to understand this.
And by the way,
part of this is not just their tenacity, but the left's ability to just sit back and watch it happen. Okay.
Not going to the primaries, not going to the polls, just letting what's going to happen.
There's new research out there that shows why we end up with guys like Matt Gaetz and scum like Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar and Andy Biggs and all of these MAGA people. We end up with them because people don't bother to vote in the primaries. The scum rises to the top when the people don't vote in the primaries, not just in the final elections, in the primaries, in the midterms, in the presidential election. They all need to be attended. Okay.
One final thing, and I will be talking about this too. John F. Kennedy has not been alive since the 1960s. I understand all of you lefties talking about how JFK wanted to get rid of the deep state. That was the 1960s. Okay. Get over it. we need intelligence now because of the just proliferation, the explosion of right-wing terrorism, domestic terrorism in the United States.
Can I also just say something about that JFK stuff? There has been a lot of words put in his mouth as well over the years that no one really knows that he really said any of it. Right. Do I believe he had no respect for the CIA? Those words I know he said.
Right.
But getting rid of the deep state is not words that John F. Kennedy would say. Okay. I don't believe it. All right. I know exactly where I was the day Kennedy was shot. I was a big Kennedy fan. I was an RFK fan, not Junior, Daddy. Okay.
Right.
So I know this stuff. And there's an awful lot of liberty has been taken on social media, which didn't even exist in John F. Kennedy's day, for shit that he said. So let's get over that too.
Yep.
So that's where we are. For all you people watching this on TikTok, just understand this. If you want to see all of this come to fruition, you need to make sure you go to the YouTube channel tomorrow when the big show is posted.
And we have the sources in the YouTube channel.
Right.
We don't scroll all that stuff, on the screen and all that. We want you to listen and then check the sources out. So go to our YouTube and see those sources.
All right, Ken, we'll see you soon.
See ya.